Okay. MLB season preview time. We're going to give our rankings for each division throughout the entire league. Talk a little bit about each division and a little bit about the teams. And kind of get you set up if you don't follow national baseball very much, because we do. Also, if you want to follow national baseball, great way to do it is if you have MLB.TV or the MLB TV app. Every night at around 5 o'clock, they do kind of like MLB's version of Red Zone for and they like play. It's called MLB Big Inning. Excuse me. And they cut to all the games that are live at that time, which is pretty much like most of the league because most teams don't do day games until Wednesday or Thursday. And they like cut to like big moments. If there's a runner on third, they'll cut to that game and show that. And if there's like a big play, they'll cut to that game, kind of do like a replay and show it. It's great. Helps you keep up on the league. Helps you see a little bit of each team without having to scroll through channels. It's pretty cool. Anyway, all right, Leo. We're going to start with the American League East. What are your rankings?
Surprised to no offense to the Baltimore Orioles. I got them finishing in last. Hey, man, everybody talks a lot of crap about our organization, about our stadium, about how our ownership is. I'd rather be an A's fan than an Orioles fan.
Whew.
I'll just say it with that. I'll take. And fourth, I actually have the Boston Red Sox. I really do like the Trevor Story signing. But at the end of the day, I feel like they still didn't do enough to address like the pitching depth, especially. And that was kind of my logic. And keep in mind, I've had this written for a few weeks. We just hadn't had time to really present, so it doesn't affect what's currently happening. I have Tampa in third.
Interesting.
I really like, Wander Franco has been off to an insane start this year. He looks fantastic. A lot, Brendan Lau looks like the guy. Shane McClanahan looks like they're kind of giving him off the leash a little bit. But I don't know what the depth is going to look like for this team, where it's going to look like for the rest of the season. I have the Yankees finishing the second. Obviously the offense is there. I really like the Kiner Falefa and the Donaldson deal. And they have potentially one of the best rotations in the American League. Things have to go right. So far, it has looked pretty good. Garrett Cole's had some bumps, but Luis Severino has looked pretty solid. And then Nestor Cortez has looked really like a out of nowhere pickup. He's looked really great. I like them. But in first, Toronto, I think they're the favorite in the American League, and they've looked like the part so far. So how about you?
I have Orioles in fifth, the Red Sox in fourth, the Yankees in third, the Rays in second, the Blue Jays in first. When the Rays traded probably their biggest star, Austin Meadows, I didn't understand that. But then I looked at their roster and their farm system, and they just have so much depth. It made sense. Like, he's up for contract pretty soon. He's in arbitration. Like, they don't want to pay him. But they still have like Brandon Lau. They still have fucking what's his face, the Latin dude who like went off in the World Series playoffs a couple years
Randy
ago.
Arozarena?
Oh, yeah, Arozarena. Their pitching is like young. I mean, it's kind of weird. Glasnow is still hurt, but a lot of no names, but like they've been fucking lighting up this season. So I don't know. I mean, I couldn't put the Yankees above them because though you say their pitching has been doing fine this season, I'm not sold on their pitching still. I don't care. They spent all this money on Garrett Cole, and he's been pretty flaccid so far this season. He had one really bad start.
He's looked like a lump of coal. Am I right?
The Blue Jays or the Red Sox, they probably have the best pitching in my opinion in this division. You really think that it's the Yankees over them?
I mean, Chris Sale's not pitching. He's hurt.
Yeah, but he will soon.
I love Rich Hill, aka Dick Mountain, but it's like he's not going to be dependent for you. And then Nathan Eovaldi
he had a killer season last year.
Nathan Eovaldi is an excellent postseason pitcher, but it's you can never really rely on him throughout the regular season. They do have some guys who have a lot of upside. I think I do like Tanner Roark, and I do like oh my god, I forgot the number 5, Garrett Whitlock. But it's
and I like their pen too.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of, to me, if they were like in the AL Central, I would definitely shoot them towards the top, but because of how competitive this division is, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear you. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, they have guys who have proven in big moments, so I like their pitching better. And the Blue Jays just all around are just fucking stacked. Their pitching isn't like, it's not like star-studded, like it doesn't jump off the page, but it's like really good, solid guys 1 through 5. And then obviously
depth.
Yeah, and their offense is just insane. Yeah.
NL East.
They don't have a bad position. Let's just say that.
Yeah, actually. Go ahead and take it away, Chris. Who do you got in last place?
I have the Nats in last, or the Marlins in 4th, the Phillies in 3rd, the Braves in 2nd, and the Mets in 1st. I know I picked the Mets last year in 1st, and it was probably a bad decision. But this year, it's their starting rotation. It's just like hard to like not favor them. This is probably one of the best starting rotations I've seen in 20 years.
Have you seen that highlight or the clip the other day where it's been a consistent thing whenever Scherzer and Bassett come out of the game? The first thing they do is they bring in the young pitchers and they bring them over and they're like, all right, what went right? What went wrong? I want you guys to tell me.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Leadership, dude. I love it. Yeah, I had the same Nationals in last, the Marlins in 4th, Phillies in 3rd, except I have the Mets in 2nd and the Braves in 1st. I in my opinion, I think the Braves got better with all the offseason signings. It really is kind of smart. That
I wouldn't be upset. Like I'm not going to argue you. Yeah, it's pretty interchangeable. I just really like the Mets rotation, but
yeah. And it's but the Mets look really, really good. They look like they're hype, and it'll be interesting to see what Buck Showalter's really can provide at the end of the day. Like, is it just like somebody's going to help him even kill? Because obviously he's got that reputation of not being the guy to finish the job, but we'll see. I like them though.
But he has a reputation of having good chemistry in his clubhouse, which was a big issue last year. The Braves are impressive in live too. I watched them. I went to the Dodger game on Tuesday, and they are just a fucking mad stacked. Like, it's just
and Max Fried has looked great so far in the young season. And like Ian Anderson is there. Charlie Morton, they don't forget. Mike Soroka. Is going to be coming back.
He'll be back soon.
The pen got even better with Ken Lee closing out. So I like them a lot still. AL Central. I just wanted to be said,
this is the worst division in baseball.
I disagree.
Really? This was the easiest one for me to pick.
I've got the Royals in last.
Yeah.
I've got the Cleveland Guardians in 4th, the Minnesota Twins in 3rd, the Detroit Tigers in 2nd, and the Chicago White Sox in 1st. Okay, so a part of this
So you haven't been watching baseball the past 2 weeks? Is that what's going on?
The whole point of this exercise is to not be watching baseball. It's to go get your season prediction. I was trying to base this off of not realizing what's been happening these first couple weeks in baseball.
Twins they're the best team in baseball the past 2 weeks.
Again, this is before this all went down. But in my opinion, okay. I think the White Sox have enough of star power to really get them over the top.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking run away with this division.
Yeah, I
even with the old fart manager they have.
That's my impression of Tony La Russa.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't backflip. Tigers secretly have a really dope roster. Spencer Torkelson at first. Second? Yeah, in that division. They have like a super complete roster.
Okay, let me tell you what I have the Royals in 5th, I have the Tigers in 4th, I have the Guardians in 3rd, only because
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. The Twins in 2nd and the White Sox obviously in 1st.
I really like the Tigers like everyday lineup. where you're going to have Torkelson at first, Pedro Scope, or no, Jonathan Scope. I'm sorry, super underrated year last year. He's at second.
Javi's
at
been
short.
rotating around to shitty teams for like the past 6
Yeah,
years.
but he's
I feel
been
bad
kind
for
of a
him.
stud.
But he's been good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's just
I
been,
wanted
like,
him in.
He's been like hidden in the corner because he's been on shitty teams the past 5 to 6 seasons.
Third's going to be Jaime Caldera, super underrated. Or and then catcher, your rotation, your two catchers are going to be Eric House and Tucker Barnhart. Which, yeah, I'll take that. And then your outfield is going to be Robbie Grossman. Despite my relationship being over with that guy, screw that guy.
Every time we say him on this podcast, I'm just going to follow it up with "fuck that guy."
Understandable. But then they added Austin Meadows.
Yeah.
And then Miggy's their DH. Like,
That's
dude,
true.
I think that's a really solid 1 through 9. And the rotation is young and underrated. You know.
Okay, I want to change mine. Can I put them third and I'll put the Guardians fourth now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
But I really like that team.
Me.
I think
Torkelson's so fucking good, dude. He's now that I think about it, he's like I think he is better than Jose Ramirez is right now. So if you want to base it off of, or he's gonna be better than what Jose Ramirez is right now, like going to be better. Sorry. So if you want to base it off of like building around the star player, that might be the right move.
Now, 1, 2. All right. I don't have anything else there. I think the White Sox are going to run away with it at the end of the day. But the Tigers are close. They're going to be. They're a lot closer than people think they are.
I still think only one of these teams makes the playoffs, unless the Twins can. I don't know. I mean, the Twins have been really fucking good, but like I just don't know if it's sustainable.
Now, on to what I think is the actual worst division of baseball.
Oh, this was second place for me for sure. Close second.
The NL Central.
Yeah, as to second worst.
Oh, second worst. Okay, go ahead. All right, let's see who you got there. Who you got in the NL Central?
I have Reds, Pirates in fourth, Cubs in third. I feel like those three are interchangeable. Like they're all just so bad. Cardinals in second, and then the Brewers in first.
I've got the Pirates in last, the Reds in fourth, the Cubs in third. The Brewers in second, Cardinals in first, and it sucks because I've been a big Brewers fan the last couple of years, but I think
but Woodruff and Burns at the top of your rotation is just like so nasty. That's what's
I know, but the Cardinals just figure it out. They just figure it out every year. How they're gonna get through there. I think the pen is disgusting for them too.
They got in second place the last 2 seasons. The Brewers took the division the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, then it's like something is gonna give. And Nolan Gorman's been tearing it up in the minors. He should be coming up any day now. They seem like the team to benefit the most in this division, at least, from having a DH spot now, where Yachty can have a day off and he can put him up there. Pujols is actually bidding like over 302 or something like that as a DH. But as much as I don't want to say it's the Cardinals, I like the Cardinals a lot. Cubs have looked good, though. Cubs have looked sneaky the first few weeks.
Yeah, they have. They got some fun young talent, but I don't see it lasting. Josh Hader has pitched in 7 games. He has a 0 ERA so far this season. He's still
I'm completely aware of that because I drafted him.
He's still that fucking good. Like, you say this about the Cardinals bullpen, but like at the end of the day, the Braves have the best bullpen pitcher in the league.
Or the Brewers.
Yeah,
he's the best closer in baseball, easily.
So it's just like, I don't know. I mean,
okay, but I think the Cardinals.
Who would you rather have? Yelich? Oh my God, who's the center fielder?
Dylan Carlson?
No.
Oh, Yelich, Kane, and
Lorenzo
Renfroe,
Kane.
Or Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Carlson, and who's the right fielder?
No, I'm just trying to build around their stars. So I was gonna say Yelich, Kane, and I wouldn't say Renfroe. Do you think Renfroe's their third best player?
Okay, if you're going off the offense, the Brewers' best talent would be Yelich, Adames, and
yeah, that's a good one. Okay, I would say Kane. I mean, Kane is been one of the best leadoff hitters in
His name is Kane.
10 years.
But then
Or Goldschmidt, Arenado,
and Tyler O'Neill. I'd rather take the Cardinals in that one in a heartbeat.
Really? I feel like
Absolutely.
Like his
go
age
look
is
at dude.
showing.
Yelich is. Nah, I think he's unfortunately he seems a little over the hill for me.
And Goldschmidt's not. Who's like 50.
Goldschmidt tore it up last year, dude. He was like he got overshadowed because of how dominant of like
he's like 50.
Goldschmidt is not that old. But like, the first base was a super clouded department last year because like Vladdy was amazing, Wally was amazing, Freddie Freeman was amazing. You just kind of got lost in the tracks. So all right.
Okay.
West Coast, Best Coast, Chris. Home of
we got to switch it up. We'll do the NL first. We'll save the AL.
Oh yeah, I like that. All right. I'll go ahead and take this one. I have the Diamondbacks in last. There's nothing as intriguing to me at all with this team.
Yeah.
I have the Rockies in fourth. CJ Cron looking good. Padres in third. The Giants in second. And I have the Dodgers as the first place team.
I have the same, but I have the Giants in third and the Padres in second. I think the Padres with Bob Melvin, he's going to get the best out of that entire team. I think they're just going to be better. They have the talent, more talent than the Giants. So,
I think,
but I think 3 teams will make the playoffs in this division.
Yep. Yeah. I'm in. We'll talk about our wild card. Let's go our wild cards, and then we'll do our player predictions, our awards, and then we'll go to. I'm a obviously Bo Mel's there. Sean and I got lit up a little bit today, but I think to have the most consistent rotation, Mackenzie Gore's looked really good in the young season, but we'll see. But at the end of the day, God damn it, the Giants they just figured out. Farhan just figures out these guys, and I hate it. It's because like that guy.
Yeah, I guess, but
it's like that baseball writer said, they're all been taking steroids for the last 20 years, and that's what.
I just don't know who their stars are.
That's what makes them good.
Now that Buster's gone, I mean, Brandon Crawford, I guess.
Carlos Rod. Oh, like who's their offensive stars,
Yeah.
or just stars in general?
I mean, stars in general, I guess, but yeah, Carlos Rondon, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
and
Logan Webb.
Logan Webb is really good.
Jesse Plemons Jr.
He's not a star though, dude. They're not stars. They're good players, but they're not stars. I know this isn't basketball, but it's hard not to think that way.
You're sounding a lot like Jerry Buss right now. Have you been watching? Wait, we haven't talked about this. Have you been watching Winning Time?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
I think there's no debate, and that's just the Dodgers, just stupid, talented.
Yeah.
AL West. I might lose some traction, some love from people in here. I have the Rangers in last. They just don't. No, nothing in here.
Yeah, they don't do it for me. Even though you were high on them in the beginning of the season. Look at all these additions they made.
Yeah, that's what they always do.
Yeah, exactly.
I have the A's in fourth.
Yeah.
I don't like saying that, but
it's a fact.
We need to be realistic with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Astros in third. I have the Angels in second, and I have Seattle winning this division.
The Angels have gone off to a good start, but I looked at their schedule and they haven't played anybody except for the Astros. So it's really hard for me to judge that. Like, same with the Astros. The Astros have started off good, but I looked at their schedule, not very impressive. We're the only ones who face like actual contenders. So that makes me feel better. But
I have Seattle winning the division. That's my hot take.
Yeah, same. We were both.
Really?
Yeah, we were both really high on the beginning of the season. Yeah, 100%.
So what's your?
They have a lot of depth and they have good young talent and they're fun to watch. The Astros. The only reason why I picked the Astros over the Angels is because they still do have a lot of really good players. Where the Angels, you look at their team and it's like 3 guys on offense, and then their pitching is still just like we'll see. Like Noah Syndergaard, we'll see. Obviously, Ohtani's gonna do great, but he only pitches once a week, so it's like I don't know.
The one thing the Angel,
I don't know,
that I'm a lot more optimistic about.
The Astros starting pitching is pretty underwhelming.
Yes,
yeah.
Oh, underwhelming. I'll say underrated. I really like
disagree.
Luis Garcia, but I think the one thing the Angels did a fantastic job this past offseason was just going for bullpen. They needed it's been their biggest issue for years. So they re-signed Iglesias, they signed Ryan Tepera, they signed Archie Bradley. They signed somebody else. Aaron Loop from the Mets. So they've made some good signings. And then if they can figure it out. That's the biggest problem. We've been saying that this for the last 10 years, it feels like. They just got to figure it out, and they haven't. So I think, in my opinion, if this isn't the year that they figure it out, Joe Maddon's gone.
They have to prove it to me. I mean, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And you are an apologist for them all the time.
It's because I like John. John's a good friend. I feel bad. I want to help him out.
I don't understand it. Every year it's like we look at this team and it's like they have talent. They have Mike Trout. They have Anthony Rendon, and then they have like some good young talent, and then they get like second to last place every year.
Why do you sound like Larry talking about the next NBA movie?
I don't know. Anyway, they nothing has made me think. No evidence has shown to me that they can prove me wrong. So like, why would I give them the benefit of the doubt when the Astros year after year make the playoffs or go to the ALCS?
All right, we're gonna go into our wild card winners. Chris, who are your? Don't forget this year, each league gets 3. So, who are your 3 wild card winners in both leagues?
Okay, so in the American League, I have the Rays, and then I have the Astros, and I have the Twins. So I have one from each.
I also have one from each. I have the Yankees.
I was tempted to go with the Yankees, and sorry, just real quick. I was tempted to go with the Yankees instead of the Twins, but then I was like, I don't know. The Twins are off to this hot start. I got to give them something.
I have the Yankees. I have the Tigers. And then I have the Angels. I think the one thing that's going to benefit the Tigers a little bit more is AJ Hinch is a really good manager. He's been there before.
But also fuck that guy.
It's complicated with them because it's former Oakland great as well. But I really like the Tigers this year. My NL wildcard winners, it's a little more one division heavy. So I got the Giants and the Padres taking the wild card spot, and then the Mets will take the third.
I have the same, but I have the Braves taking the third because the Mets winning division.
All right. Award season, award time. Let's make our, it's April, but we're already going to make our predictions for the biggest awards this season. So my 2 MVPs, my American League MVP and my NL MVP. For the American League, I would have said this even before he started hot. I think Vladdy should have won it last year, but at the end of the day, Ohtani had one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen, period. So you had to give it to him. I think Vladdy puts them over the top this year, and he gets the award. For the National League, I feel like it's a little bit of an open race. So I'm going to be a little spicy with this one. I'm going to go with Francisco Lindor as my NL MVP.
Ha! Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that. But
all power to you.
All right, who you got?
I'm going with a wild card here for NL, Freddie Freeman. So I think they're going to be the best team in baseball this year, and typically the best team, their best player, gets a little notoriety, and I think Freddie Freeman's going to have an insane season. Like, he always had really good seasons. That always felt like it was kind of under the radar, but now that he plays on the Dodgers, who are probably the most popular, biggest team on the West Coast, he's going to get a lot of notoriety. So I think Freddie Freeman is gonna do it this year. And then for the American League, I have Ohtani. I think he goes back to back.
Sick.
Yeah,
I like that. All right, Cy Young, who you got?
You ready for this one? Oh, actually, for National League, I think DeGrom gets his third. He's just so good. He's so dominant every year. Nothing stops him. I think he's going to be the Sandy Koufax of this generation. So I think it'll be him. And you ready for this one? Ohtani's going to double dip. Cy Young, baby. Cy Young and MVP.
Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, Lord.
He's going to pull the Raleigh fingers.
Raleigh. Oh, yeah.
Raleigh got MVP and a Cy Young in the same season.
I think Kershaw did it too, right?
Did he? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kershaw got it. Wow. Spicy.
Because he's going to start more and he's going to get more at bats because Joe Maddon's taking off the reins a little bit and letting him just play, not doing the whole like calculated rest situation. So yeah.
My National League, I'm just gonna say this. I think the Cy Young will stay in the Bay Area in both leagues. I like Carlos Rodon as my Cy Young winner in the National League this year. I think they're even when the signing first happened, like this, he couldn't have gone to a better opportunity than with the Giants, and he's looked excellent so far. So he's my guy. Even if he's on this team, I think Frankie Montas is the year that he's
bold.
Really, it's going to be bold. I know it is very bold, but when that splitter is working for him, there's not many pitches that are better in baseball. And then another thing I was thinking about too is that like the American League Cy Young is pretty open. I mean, compared to the National League, where it's just like it's going to come down to probably like 4 guys, where every year it's going to be Scherzer, DeGrom, Burns, Woodruff.
That's why it was really easy to pick.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, Frankie Montas and Carlos Rodon are my words. Rookie of the year. I'll make these real quick. You probably could have guessed it from our conversation already, but I really like Spencer Torkelson. I think he's really going to make a huge impact on this team, and a part of it's going to be helping them get to the postseason this year. Ready for some torque bombs out there in Detroit. My National League Rookie of the Year, I got Seiya Suzuki out of Chicago. He's looked awesome so far. He's looked up to much the hype that he came over with Japan. There was a lot of comparison to Mike Trout, and he's really lived up to it. So I hope he continues that and gets the Rookie of the Year a part of it. So how about you?
I don't know enough about National League rookies. I didn't feel confident to pick one. So, and I didn't know we were doing Rookie of the Year until right before we came on. But I'm going biased with my American League one. Dalton Jeffries is going to win the Rookie of the Year. He's been fucking killing it.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that a lot.
He's been so good. He's been so good. He only had that one bad start, and it was only one bad inning, and he's been fucking killer since then. In his 3 starts, it's been great.
And last but not least, our 2022 World Series prediction. Chris, lead us off. You have the honors.
Dodgers are beating the White Sox in 6 games. I think that was the same prediction I had last year, but I don't care.
So Dodgers, Whites over the White Sox in 6 games.
Yeah.
Got it. I have the Atlanta Braves.
Back-to-back, huh?
Over. And I've been holding on to this hot take for the last month. The Seattle Mariners in 6 games.
I just don't know if the Seattle Mariners have the experience to get to the World Series.
Here's the biggest factor that a lot of people aren't talking about enough is we don't know what this team could do in July when it comes to trade deadline. That their outfield is so stacked with all this like other world talent, and that have guys who are, and then pretty much like Kyle Lewis and Mitch Haniger are kind of afterthoughts in some sense. So you can easily flip one of those guys to get an ace or to get somebody at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to put them over the top.
They'll for sure
I think even if you look at like their bench, they have to me the most consistent roster in the American League. It's just things got to click. So
yeah, I mean that's why I like them, but I just don't know if they have a World Series in them. This is like I feel like this is a lot like the hype of like the Padres 2 years ago when they first like jumped on the scene, and it's just like they're gonna win it all, and then they lose in the first round. You know, like it's just because it came down to experience, and I just don't think.
Yeah, and but you know what? I felt hot takey with this.
Yeah,
This is the hipster pick, I guess, right?
I dig it. All right, cool. That's gonna do it for the season predictions. So let's wrap it up, Julio. This coming week we have the Giants on Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, by the way, we're gonna start doing our podcasts on Sundays, not Thursdays anymore. So yeah.
Except next Sunday. I can't do next Sunday because I'm gonna go watch Seth Rogen.
We'll figure that out. Okay, cool.
Monday night, maybe Monday
Giants
night.
are playing. They're playing the Giants in San Francisco on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then back home for the Cleveland Guardians, not Indians, for a weekend series. It's coming
racist. Not you, just the racist in general.
Yeah. Who's your player of the week?
Give it up for the 925, Paul Blackburn.
Damn it.
Paul. Gotcha, bitch.
That was mine. Dude, 2 killer starts. Dominating starts.
He's really figured. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I know he's added a curveball to his repertoire and it's looking really good, but he pitched great against Baltimore last Thursday. I'm sorry. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Look, Chris and I are super biased towards him. We'll admit that from the jump because he's from Antioch. He went to high school at Heritage in Brentwood. Like, we're obviously going to love this guy.
We've
no
always
matter
been
what he does.
Yeah,
we're always going to push for this guy. We're always going to root for him because of that. But he's really been a comparable guy to kind of fill in these spot starts, especially as Cap hasn't been there. They're really trying to figure out this back end of the rotation thing. He's looked really good so far. Super impressed. He's my play of the week.
I think he cemented himself as like a spot in the rotation. Like, that's his spot. Like, no one's taking it from him. Like, he's proven to be reliable. Like, he can be the number 4 guy in that rotation. Like, yeah, I like it.
Sorry, Tick. Did you have somebody else in mind? Did you have a backup?
No, I did not.
Well,
I was really set on Paul Blackburn because, especially after the last start, I was like, damn, dude, 2 dominating starts like this. Like, this is what we need this season. You know what I mean? Like, we need one of these like younger vets to step in and like fill these like small little roles, and like end of the rotation role was like a big one. Like Adam Aller in there, like it felt like desperation mode. Anyway.
And I think the one thing we got to say too, then we can kind of talk a little bit more about this week because I took your guy and I apologize. The A's have this history of just finding the guys who were kind of diamonds in the rough and tuning them out and having them figure out their stuff later in their careers. Like, look at Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett was nobody until 2020 and he really started clicking, and you were one of the first people on that hype train. So
I don't think
that's going to happen. But
Paul Blackburn is Chris Bassett. I think he's more of like a Dan Straley. Like, he's a regular middle of the rotation, reliable starter.
All right. Well, since I took that, I'll go ahead and lead off with the essential tools. I'll get you to let you pick the guy. So last week I took Kevin Smith. He had a decent weekend against the Blue Jays, and then he went straight to the IL. So there's that. And then Chris took Adam Aller. But you justify your reasoning though, because like I think the fans need to hear that.
So we need to reiterate. We need to define. Reiterate the definition of this award, whatever the fuck you call it, this segment. The essential tailgate tool is not someone who we think is going to like light it up next coming week. It's there's something about this person that A's fans need to keep an eye on for a certain reason. Last week, my reason was we need to keep an eye on Adam Aller because he had a horrendous start in the first week of the season. And I felt that if he wants to stay up in the big leagues, because the move was going to be he takes that 5th starter spot, and then when James Caprillion comes healthy, they move him to the bullpen. And I said he really needs to have a strong start this coming week in order to stay on the major league roster, not stay in the rotation because he's not going to, because Caprillion is our second best pitcher, but to stay on the roster so that he can move into the bullpen and fill with that role. It was fucking terrible again. First inning was good. He retired 3 in a row. And then the second inning, the worst part about it was this was a national TV game. It was on Apple TV. He fucking gave up 5 runs in the second inning. Another terrible start. If you want to move to the bullpen, you're like, one of the main things about moving to the bullpen is you can't give up runs in the first two innings of a start. Like, you have to show that you can get in there, get some outs and move on to the next guy. I mean, it's just, yeah. So that's what I wanted to keep an eye on, and he didn't do it. And James Caprillion comes back in a week, it looks like. I would not be surprised to see him be moved to AAA.
Yeah, agreed. This week, our essential tools. So I'll take this one away. I'm going with Danny Jimenez. He's been great so far in the early season. He's been kind of one of the early big storylines for this team. And it's going to be interesting what's going to happen, as I think Lou Trevino should be coming off the COVID IL at some point this week. What's his role going to be? Is Kotsay going to is he going to be the setup man? Does he feel confident with him just staying as a starter? Because Lou has had his troubles to start the season, or start as a closer. So we'll see, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on for this week for the team. So Danny Jimenez, essential tool.
I like that. Solid one. My essential tailgate tool of the week is going to be Stephen Piscotty. Like I was texting you earlier this week, we're having trouble figuring out the 4-hole hitter situation. Our 1 through 3 has been solid. They've been consistent and they've been reliable. Kemp 1, Noisy 2, Murph 3. Those guys have been our best hitters. They've been getting on base. They've been getting on base in that order. So they've been getting guys in scoring position. And we've been able to figure it out. Like, typically the 5 or 6 guy will come up to bat and they'll bring those guys home. And that's why our run differential has been so good, because we've been getting runs on the board. But the 4-hole spot, we just cannot figure it out. Kotsay has tried McKinney there. He's tried Betancourt there. He's tried fucking everybody. And I think Stephen Piscotty is the perfect person for that. He's a veteran. He's had those big at-bats before. He's got some power. And he's hit in the middle of the order pretty much his entire existence with the A's, whether it be 5 or 6. So I think he's the guy to go there, at least until Ramon comes. When Ramon comes, he'll probably shift him to like 2 and then move Noisy and Murph down the order. But Piscotty is the guy, and I think that we will see some of that. And I think that he hit a home run today with the guy on base. That's good.
Yeah, 2-run home run. It's going to be pretty crazy when Ramon comes back to see what this team will. Because I think we're both in the same boat that Ramon's not going to be the everyday center fielder anymore.
No, he's going to be right field probably.
Yeah, which it worked great for him in that short time with Marte, but yep.
Yeah, but then Piscotty can go to DH, and because we still kind of haven't figured out DH yet, Maybe
he could play first. Because we were just
even tested him at first, but
Brown's it's like whose line is it anyway? Whose first base is it anyways? Just everybody open tryouts. You can play first.
Yeah, but Brown's been the best.
Yeah, that's true. And I think just having that lefty bat in there, Brown will always have a spot in this team because he's a lefty too. So,
All right, Julio, that's gonna do it for this week. Solid pod
indeed. Before we go, we're so close to 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm sure if you are listening to this,
you're probably already following.
You're already following us.
But tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend. Retweet us. Do whatever you can. We're so close. Will that make a difference for us? Not really, but it'd be pretty cool.
It'll boost our ego.
Yeah, because that's the last thing we need is for us to have our ego boosted.
What do you mean?
No, as Warriors fans, the last thing we need is to have our ego boosted. As A's fans, we desperately need that ego boost.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct myself. Chris, hopefully next time I talk to you on this podcast, the Warriors will be in the next round and we don't really have to talk about them much. That's all I got. What do you got?
That's all I got. So last but not least, Julio.
Let's go, Oakland. Hey, Chris. Robbie Grossman.
Fuck that guy, bro.